Good morning, everybody. I got my coffee. I got my vape. Let's talk a little. So this morning, I had a topic that I was really wanting to talk about, which happens a lot. And it completely changed in the shower. Go figure. I do my best thinking in the shower. I sometimes do my worst thinking in the shower. So let's take a sip, start the day. I'm going to take another one just for good measure. That was a good measure. Oh, that's some good coffee. Anyway, I was going to talk about believe in yourself, which is a really, really good topic, and I will address that because it's when it really takes more thought than you think. But then I just, for some reason, hit on making money. One of the things that we deal with as entrepreneurs, starting our own business, especially in this business of reselling. It's not well known. It's not well accepted. And I've never gotten any kind of negative about it. I get people think I'm a superstar when they find out that I'm a reseller. But I know a lot of people do. They get grief from friends and family, and which is the worst. And they get grief from other people out there. They're afraid to let people know. So I thought about what's kind of on my heart is, do you have the right to make money? And let's drink on that one. Cheers. Well, I have only gotten one thumbs down on over 90 videos, and I think that was a joke. And I've never had any negative comments, but I might just start with this video, and that's okay. Please share, leave your comments down below and let me know what you think about any of my topics. So do you have the right to make money? Well, anybody who knows me knows that I am a down to the roots, down to my skivvies capitalist. I believe that everyone has a right to make as much money as they can, as long as it's ethical and legal. And the legal is pretty cut and dry, but it's the ethical, I think, that where people have problems, because that's what causes the problems. Because ethics, although I don't believe that they're movable, a lot of people do. I mean, it's up to your interpretation of what is ethical or not ethical. So for me, what I believe ethical is if it doesn't hurt somebody, it doesn't take away anybody else's rights. And you know what fixes that? And I'm not going to get too far into it because it kind of gets into politics a little bit. But if you want my views on it, I will give it to you. And I may actually do a video with that. Depends on how belligerent I feel. Hold on a second. Seems like I need more lead today for this conversation. I believe the free market takes care of that. The free market has gotten a lot of slams in the past ages, but realistically, it is the backbone of why this country is so successful. Because what free market does, it's based on very, very simple supply and demand. It's if you have a product or service that somebody else wants, you will be successful. If you have a product and service that somebody else doesn't want, then you won't be successful. Now, them wanting it is there's a lot of things go involved in that. It has to do with price, has to do with the competition, has to do with quality, all these different things. We could get into a long discussion on what goes on that side of it. But basically, the idea is if you have something that you can offer a service to somebody else. And if you're offering a product, it's a service. When I used to do sales, I used to think about the person not only wanting to buy my product, but the person actually enjoying my product, actually using it changing their life in some small or large way, them coming back to me afterwards and thanking me for bringing this product or service to them. And if you have something that's going to benefit something else that somebody else wants, they will pay for it. And if you don't, they won't. And you either stop selling that item, you stop providing that service, or you tweak it so that they do, or you fail. And you get back up and you find something else if you're an entrepreneur. People have a lot of ideas on what is ethical, what should people be able to make money doing. And I just don't fall into that. A lot of people, they have ideas on how much money people should be able to make, how successful they should be. And I just don't believe that, because the problem is that their standards where they're making that decision on has to do with their own experience in their own lives. And I'm not slamming churches or anything, but here it's a big thing in the Christian communities is this misinterpretation of a Bible verse that says the pursuit of money is the root of all evil. Well, people take that pursuit out, and they just say the root of all evil is money. And I don't believe that because they said, well, how much is too much? Well, I make $5,000 a month. So anybody who makes $10,000 a month, they're making too much money. They're greedy. Or I make $2,000 a month. So anybody who makes more than $2,000 a month is greedy. And that goes all the way up to, I make $1 million a month, and that's okay. But anybody who makes more than $1 million a month, then they're greedy. So I tend to think, I don't put people's, the type of people, the things that people do, I don't associate that to what the genre, I guess you could call it, that they do it in. I'll explain that. If you take anything, you take anything, and you can put this to, there's going to be good people, there's going to be bad people, there's going to be ethical people, there's going to be unethical people, there's going to be people that are trying to take advantage, there's going to be people who like to ride the edge, there's going to be people who like to play it safe, there's going to be people who give more than they get. And that's just, there's good and bad people in everything. So with the free market, one of the biggest things is people can always fall back on, well, this person took advantage of this person, or this company took advantage of their customers, or what have you. And realistically, that has nothing to do with the free market. That actually has to do with that people misusing the free market. Because the free market makes it really, really successful. You can make as much money as you will put the time and energy and resources into, just like anything else, to be successful. And the nice thing is that then you have that money. And I believe, it's my personal beliefs for myself, is then I need to give back. And I find a lot of people who are successful, very successful, that I've experienced, are the biggest philanthropists. They realized that they didn't get there just on their own. They had help. They had people reaching down. They stood on the shoulders of giants. And so they should give back to that. They should take care of people who can't take care of themselves. And that's getting in a whole nother topic. I have never fallen into the belief that if you're a religious figure, you shouldn't be able to benefit financially from giving benefit to people. I don't, it's a big thing right now with people online in the reselling community, sharing courses and things like that. And yeah, it doesn't fit with my plan for my life or my ideas, but is there anything wrong with that? As long as they're not taking advantage of somebody, if they're not selling something that they can't back up, a lot of responsibility for that is on the consumer to figure out and do the research to find out if they are or they're not. But if they have a knowledge base and they can help somebody else, and there is somebody that wants that service, then more power to them. They're not taking anything from me. And that goes with authors, it goes with religious, it goes with art, it goes with music. You would not believe what people want to put boundaries on what you should be able to make money on. So all that said, what does that have to do with you and me in the reselling community? Well, it's just feel confident, feel comfortable with the fact that if you have found something that you can do to make money, and you're being successful, and it's giving a service, again, and product that somebody else wants, which, people do. It still surprises me. As long as I have done this picking and reselling thing, it really surprises me what people are actually out there looking to buy and what they will buy. It also surprises me a lot of times what they won't buy. I just did a estate sale video where I went to this estate sale that had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of old books, and I found some that were really, really cool, but there's no value in it because I got on and I did the sourcing for it. I mean, I did the comps on it, and they just weren't selling. Well, that didn't tell me that there's something wrong with that book. That just tells me that there's not the consumer, the free market. It's not somebody who wants to pay more than a certain amount for it, which is less than I think the value of the item is. So what did I do? I enjoyed looking at it. If I wanted to be a collector, I would have bought it and kept it for myself. If I thought the value would go up again, I would do that. But I just kind of passed them off. I enjoyed looking at them and I passed them and I went on to something else. So feel confident. Feel confident that you are doing the right thing. You're providing for yourself and your family. You're trying to fix a problem, whether it's time spent with your family. Time is a big one. That's the thing that you can always make more money, but you can never make more time. Whether it's the time, whether it's fixing a problem, that debt, if it's taking care of somebody else, if it's that you want to make a ton of money because you want to give a ton more money away, I think that's awesome. I really feel that way too. I think the more money I make, the more I have that I can share, the more resources I have to share. So don't let these naysayers get you down. You're doing the right thing. And you know what? Stop spending time with those people. It doesn't mean you don't love them, but just stop spending time with them. Find people with like mind that will boost your confidence in what you're doing. So let's take one last sip. So I hope that wasn't rambling. I always think I'm rambling when I'm doing this because a lot of times it's just the train of thought. It's what do they call that in writing? Anyway, somebody's screaming at the screen right now trying to tell me. But anyway, I just kind of get a topic and then I just kind of flow with these things. It's not scripted at all. So I always think I'm rambling, and now I am rambling. So if you like this video, please comment. Always comment, share, like, and subscribe. Hit the ringy dingy thing so you're notified the next time I make a video. And as always, no matter what tune that life plays you, always find your groove. Thanks for having coffee with me this morning. I'll see you next time.